Morning, loves. So we are going to be making ackee and saltfish today, and I just came to show you we have fresh ackee. So they haven't been frozen, they haven't even been picked as yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I picked them. I think we have about 2.5 dozen here. So I'm going to show you how we pick them and prepare the dish. So for those of you who don't know ackee, this is what they look like before they're picked. And all you're going to do is remove this section of it and then open it. See, it has a slight slit there. You're going to open it and clean out anything that you see in there, and then we're going to use that. So those of you who don't know what ackee looks like, here is it before it is picked and cleaned. Alright, so see, you have like that little piece in there. So when we remove this section, we're gonna clean out that little section there. But you'll see me do it because I'm gonna go through that. Alrighty? Alright. So 2 ways, guys, how you can clean this. You can twist the tops off. So you just simply twist this seed off. There we go. You open it, and that little piece of thing that you're seeing right there, it's not focusing, guys. This little red thing here, we're just gonna take that out, and that's it. All done. So very simple. Again, twist off the tops, open it. If you don't see that little red thing there, you can just clean off any little section that you see of it, and that's it. Alright, so we twist the tops off. See, this has a bigger one. You're gonna take that section out. Don't want to cook that, and that goes in the trash. Alright, and remember, when we're through, we're gonna clean them up. So from here, I'm just gonna fast forward to this section while I finish cleaning all of these. Alright. Alright, love, so that is what it looks like. They're all done, all cleaned. So these are fresh. There we go, and there are all the seeds. Alright, so we're gonna get into cooking this up. Alright, loves, welcome back. So here we have the ackee. We just washed them, and I have 2 onions here, some tomatoes, and a whole sweet pepper, and of course we have our saltfish. Well, you can't see right now, but our saltfish is in that pot boiling away. So we are gonna go ahead and start making our ackee and saltfish. So there's the saltfish. I threw out some of the water so we could see it. So there it is. As I said, we're gonna go ahead and start cutting up the seasoning. We don't want to cover it completely because of course we don't want it to overflow. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and cut up all the seasonings that we have. So as I said, we have some tomatoes, we have 2 onions, and we have a whole green sweet pepper. and we're gonna get all of those cut up and ready for our ackee when it's finished cooking. So what we're basically waiting for is for the saltfish to cook, right? So we're gonna let the water come back up to a full roaring boil, and once we do that, then we're going to drop our ackee in. So in the meantime, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut up these seasoning. All right. All right, love, so the pot is boiling up. As you can see, it's back to a roaring boil. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the ackee to the very same pot the saltfish is in. That will also help to give the ackee a little bit of flavor, so you don't necessarily have to add salt to it at the end. But of course, check it. If it's not enough salt for you, then you can always add salt, but trust me, you won't get it too salty because I've already rinsed off most of the salt from that saltfish. All right, so you notice it stopped boiling altogether. So we're gonna go ahead, cover the pot and allow that to come up to a boil fully. Once it's come up to a boil, maybe 5-10 minutes after that, you're gonna check to see if all the ackee is cooked, and you just simply need to use a fork and stick it. If the fork goes through it without any problems, it goes through it really nicely, then you know that the ackee is done. You don't want it too soft because you're trying not to get it mashed. Fingers crossed it doesn't come out mashed. All right, so let's go ahead and leave that to get back to a boil. Alright, loves, so as you can see, the fork is going through the ackee already. This looks like it's butter ackee because it's cooking really quickly. So all you do at this point, we're just gonna turn the stove off, where we're gonna remove the pot from the stove and drain off all that hot water, because you don't want it sitting in the hot water. Trust me, you don't want it to get all smooshed. I'm praying some of them still keep their shape because ackee is so tricky, it is so easy to overcook. Alright, so I'm gonna take this off the stove now. Alright, love, so we're gonna go ahead and just let me strain off the water. So I said it's cooked already. It is so easy to cook, guys. Look at all that steam coming out. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take out the pieces of saltfish that is there. So as you can see, the pieces of saltfish is still in the pot. So we're gonna take those out and continue pouring off the water. So I'm just gonna take these out of the pot. There we go, guys. And just pour off the rest. Ooh, still have some saltfish in the pan. Alright, so we have a few pieces right there, and that's it. So all I'm gonna do is have it sit. I'm gonna run a little water over it because I definitely don't want it to continue cooking. So just to cool down the temperature of it a little bit, I'm running some water over it. See, the fork goes right through, so you know it is cooked. Alright, so from here it's just putting everything together. So let's get to that part. The seasoning is already done. We're gonna put everything together now. So we're adding a little oil to the pot. You want to ensure the bottom of the pot is completely coated. And now we're gonna go ahead and pour in our seasoning. Now, of course, if you don't mind pepper, you can always add pepper to this, but I can't, so I'm gonna do it without it, and it's gonna taste just as amazing. So just move the seasoning around in the pot. Turn the pot up a little bit because I have the stove on low, and just allow that to start cooking. Guys, you know me, one season hits all for me, it is just so awesome. Oh, it smells so good. So while this cooks, we're gonna go ahead and just pull the saltfish apart. So let me show you how I do that. So the saltfish that we just cooked is kind of hot, so just be careful. So we're just gonna use a fork and give it a big, we're just pulling it apart. If it wasn't so hot, I'd just use my hands, but it's a little bit hot, so I'm using the fork to give me a little bit of help. So that's all I'm doing, just pulling the saltfish apart. That's it. And that's it, guys. Simple as that. Done. Done, done, done. Took us what, less than 30 seconds to do that. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and add this to the seasoning in the pot as well. Alright, so adding the saltfish right in. That's it. And then go ahead and mix that up just a little bit. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and add the ackee to this. Okay, so before, what I normally do before I mix it, because I don't like to play with it once I mix it, I'm going to go ahead and add black pepper. Just a little bit, not too much. And as I said, I won't add any salt to it right now because I'm not sure how it's tasting, but that's it. I will just mixing all of that together. Alright. Alright love, so I tasted it just now. Trust me, this is definitely butter ackee. That is why it is so soft. And butter ackee, as its name suggests, because of butter, it's very soft and it does not need any more salt. So that's it. So all I do is just cover it and leave it for about 5 minutes and then it's done. Turn down the stove and leave it there for about 5 minutes and then ackee and saltfish all done. Alright love, so the ackee is all done. Now you can have this many ways. So you can have this with food, so that's like yam, banana, pumpkin, plantain, sweet potato. You can have it with some rice. You can have it in a wrap. So right now I'm going to show you 2 ways, and I think I have a previous video where I had it with some food, so I'm going to insert that clip in here as well. So today I'm going to show you with rice, just plating with some rice, and then of course in a wrap. But that's it. Alrighty, so our meal is done. You see? Eat that potato, I can't bother. But that is how it looks, guys. All done. As I said, if the ackees weren't frozen, they wouldn't be that mashed. I think I'm gonna play around with how not to get them that way, but trust me, them still good, taste just the same. So that is it. Ackee and saltfish, check. Alright, so this is one way that you can have it. So there's the ackee, and I put a piece of pear. We call it pear here in Jamaica. I'm sorry, I don't know if you were hearing me just now. So this is how we can have it. You can have it with some rice. And I put a piece of pear, or what everybody may know as avocado. We call it pear here in Jamaica. So there it is. And that's one way of having it. Alright, so I'm going to show you me doing this in a wrap. The only thing that's not going to be in the wrap is the rice. So let me show you. It's the whole wheat wrap. And it's the 12-inch sandwich size. Alright, and I'm gonna put that together with the ackee just the same. So our avocado or pear, we call it pear here. So I'm just gonna cut it in slices and let it fall on the wrap. So simple as that. I'm gonna put it over to one side, try to keep it in the center. Now let me go get the ackee to add to that. Alright, so we're gonna put this in. So you have 2 ways of doing this. You can fold in the sides and then fold it over. You fold it in, carry in the sides while you fold it. You fold it over and over. And that's it. You just hold it there just for a little bit so it doesn't roll back out. And then you should actually use a serrated knife for this. So let me get one. Alright, so you get the serrated knife and you cut down the middle and open. And that's it, loves. There we go. Is it focusing? And that's it. That's another way to have it. Here we go. We have ackee and saltfish in a whole wheat wrap with some avocado, pear, and we have ackee and saltfish here with some rice and the avocado there. All right.